Hey, I am back after several days of just dreadful weather. I mean, it's been hot at night. Got the machine so hot I couldn't even paint them, because the paint dried too fast on a machine that's 90 degrees temperature. So I've been doing things inside. I have a whole bunch of things I had to get done, and I got them done. And I don't know if you guys had to ship things or if you got stuff shipped to you and it's gotten damaged, and that's no fun. I gotta ship something here, and I thought I'd include it in the first of this video. It might be pertinent to some of the stuff. You guys do. Well, it is if you're getting stuff for off eBay and shipping expensive instruments and stuff like that. But I had this guitar. I did a video on this guitar, and I put it up for sale. And it's really interesting. This one fellow got a hold of me immediately, and he's like, really a long distance away and stuff. And he's an artist, an actual person that's gonna play music for people with it, which is really cool. But anyway, I put the thing on Craigslist, and I'm not kidding you. I was offered like a bus that was fixed up to motorhome, dogs, you name it. I was offered for trades on this thing, but I'll show it to you and kind of give you a little bit of a background on it. This is that 1968 Telecaster guitar here, and I bought this for my wife. She's very talented and plays piano a lot too. And she played it for a couple of years, and back in the 1980s. And the neck on it, you can see this thing's really been played with the wear on it, and that means it's a good sounding guitar. People don't play crappy guitars like that. Wear them out, put that much wear, but it's got this kind of thick neck on it. See, so it was kind of hard for her to play, so I got her a more modern guitar here, made by the same guy, actually, in a way, that invented this other one. This is 1987, and this one's 1968. But kind of at a machinist point of view, it's kind of interesting how this thing is constructed. It's got like this stamped out piece here with all thread of all things for string saddles. It's made by Fender, and Leo Fender invented this thing, and this is the first design, and they kind of started changing them. This one's pretty much kind of fits into the original design of the guitar. The very first ones didn't have a metal truss rod in them. There's a couple of those around here. But this is what he come up with before he passed away. This is a 1987 G&L George and the other guy made these guitars. They still make them. But this one of the first ones got this, I don't know, the way they constructed it and stuff like that. And some of his ideas that didn't work out at Fender, but he made them work out here with the kind of the way the neck is and stuff. Well, but that guitar, it's real slim neck, and she really likes that. But okay, well, you got to ship this thing a long ways away. So I'll show you what I did. You see my little wood shop here, and kind of like a table saw island. There's my old Powermatic Model 65. That thing's in mint condition. Came out of Whitman College here. Then I got over here my Delta 1214. Then I got all this stuff shoved back here. See, I got I'll give you a little tour. Look at this junk back here. And one of those cheap Harbor Freight things there. The little Grizzly jointer, and it's a great one. I had a Powermatic like it with warp tables. I got rid of that one. But here's a mint 1959 Powermatic 16-inch planer. That's just amazing find. I drove all night to get that way up in Montana in the middle of winter. Okay, yeah, here's looking over there, see. So this is my little wood shop thing. These are a lot of fun. I really like those. Nobody likes them but me. And well, you know, when I was talking about getting stuff shipped, and this box, I got this on eBay a couple years ago, and this is one of those bases. It doesn't have the pins, but it works good on the woodworking machinery. And when it was shipped, it's like this thing slipped around in there and it busted the box to pieces, you know. So I got this thing with a couple dial indicators and in pieces. So what I'm doing here is I come up with this crate box, okay? I'm gonna lift that up and see, I can pull the guitar case out, and I'll show you how I constructed this. And one of the reasons I'm doing the video is so when the guy gets it, he'll know how to get the guitar out of it. So it's like a wood crate covered with a cardboard, and you can stand on it. It's strong, and plus it's lightweight, really light. So you take the top off the box. You have to peel it off. It'll be cardboard, and then you take 8 screws out. Then you can peel that back like that and pull the guitar out. I'm going to use, I have some foam, dense foam, shock absorbing pads and wads of butcher paper and stuff I can put in there and pack this thing so it doesn't start moving. So, almost done with that. And that was a fun project, you know, once you get going on something that's kind of fun. Okay. Now we'll head out to, I'll show you what I got going outside. Not a lot of progress, but significant. Okay, see you there. Hey, outside now, and this is what I got done on this drill press. Let's have a look at it. I think it's looking pretty good. Okay, I am done with the primer pretty much. You know, spinning around here. Yeah, keep it going. I still got to sand a few of the drips out of it. And a push. Yeah. What do you think? It's on rotisserie. I better slow that thing down. I don't think it'd be good to swing it like that with the head all the way out. I tell you what, I did move the head all the way out and got it off to the side and jumped on it, and I could get it to jiggle too much on those 4x4s it's sitting on down there. So this thing really does need to be bolted to the floor, and I'm going to do just that. But yeah, what do you think? I think that's going to be great. Yeah. Now I'm going to go with that Massey Ferguson, early Massey Ferguson, kind of a dark neutral gray. And I think that'll be okay. Kind of a, I don't know, a charcoal gray. We'll see how that turns out. And this Axelson, I'm going to have to decide on that. I've been keeping it covered because it's so dusty from this drill, you know, and all that sanding and stuff like that. Oh, this is nice. This is next. That upper part of that drill was really kind of tough to do. telling you. But putting the final paint on, it's going to go pretty smooth, you know, because you're putting the primer on and you're taking care of all these flaws and stuff like that. So now the plan is working on the axles in here and the lower part here of the drill press. See, I can do them at the same time. And just start getting paint on them, getting it done. It's slow, but sure. Okay, I got something going with tooling in the garage, and I'll get that set up. It's pretty cluttery in there, so we can look at that. So I'll be back with that real quick. Okay. Okay, we're back here at the old Brown & Sharp milling machine, and what I've got here is a Criterion boring head with a 10th setting collar. And I don't know if you've actually ever seen these. They don't make these anymore. And the 10th setting boring heads that Criterion make now have an adjuster dial on this piece. And but this is what they did at one time. And I want to show you a couple of things about this. Now you see the mark for 0 is right in line with the regular adjustment dials. So I'm going to remove this head. And I'm going to screw on a number 1.5 Criterion. This is a nice one here. It's an older one. Okay. You see, the dial doesn't line up with that mark. So these were matched to heads. And if you wanted to use this head, you'd have to get the dial in line with that mark there, okay? And you could either do that with a spacer, rotating it around a turn, or machining or grinding some off the back and clock it over. If you come across one of these things. Okay, so we'll take that off. This old mill here is really a challenge. So this here is going to mostly be used on the jig boring machine. Okay. Now I want to tell you another thing about this gizmo here you should be aware of, and I was aware of it. I don't know when these things became obsolete or when they came on the scene, but I believe I used one of these in the late 70s. And anyway, so I got this jig board. This is a Criterion jig board shank. This is an entire Criterion unit. Now, when I got this thing, sometimes things don't go as planned. And this is the shank that was on it. It's a 40 taper. It's on a, obviously it's got a pull knob. It's on a CNC machine, and it would not come off this. And there's no good way to grab that thing. There's not. So what I had to do, if you look at this thing, if I can rotate it around, I had to take a cutoff wheel and go in there and relieve the pressure on that shoulder to unscrew this thing. So I tell you what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to salvage this shank. I took my acetylene torch, and this thing was glass hard and you couldn't scratch it with a file. So I took my acetylene torch and got the surface of it hot, and now you can scratch it. And I'm going to machine it off. And they make an arbor that has the thread here, but not this part. And I don't need this part because this old-time machine here, see, doesn't have drive slots. And it doesn't need them either. This is a soft spindle, and I'm not kidding you. It runs true, but when you put a socket in it, it really sticks. So you just got to keep up on stuff and watch what you're doing. And this is, you know, a light-duty head on a heavy mill. And so you just got to do light-duty work with it. That's just all there is to it. And I found, it's kind of a surprise to me with this machine, is that this head's geared up so the top speed's over 1600. And that means I can do a lot of small things with it. So I'm getting another head like this, a square one, the size down. This is like S3, I'm getting an S2. And then I'm going to take this arbor and I'm going to cut this entire thing away and make it minimal and just have the thread way back here, see? And that'll take, how much off this one? Just removing that stuff there is an inch and a half, so there it is. So I can salvage this. I was going, wow, you know, these are expensive too. You don't know what, you don't want to know what new stuff like this costs. It's sick. So anyway, that's that. Let's get over to the jig board machine with this thing. Okay. I don't know how much good this will do me over here, but I'll be able to adapt it if I want to. It's just so long. Okay. And I don't know if that machine is really quite accurate enough. Okay. Now, this deal here, a Starrett scribe with the point reversed in the handle fits that hole. And then underneath here is an Allen set screw to lock it. So you got to chop an Allen wrench off to lock this thing, okay? So it's unlocked, and the scale reads 0 to 30. And that is in 10,000. So if you off your diameter, so if you move this to 30, it'll take 3 thousandths out. 30 10,000ths is 3 thousandths. So in reality, it's sort of an eccentric adjustment in here. So it shoves this over, going by the scale here, just 1.5 thousandths to remove 3 thousandths. So there's different ways to use this thing. And I'll put it in the spindle and get it up in there. Let me wipe that off. Get that up in there. And I'm just going to slightly tighten it. Just like that. You don't want to put stuff too tight in the jig board. Okay, I got the dial facing here, facing this way. Let's put this indicator over on this side. Let's see. I'll put it on there. Pretty good. We don't have to worry about being accurate. I dinked around with this thing and I think it's quite accurate. So we'll get it right on there somewhere and try to get an idea of it. And if I didn't lose that part already, where'd it go? I can't keep anything, you know, in the right place, I'll tell you what. There it is, right there. It slipped right out of sight. Okay, now I'm going to put the brake on to hold it, and I'll take and move that. Which direction? This direction. Okay. Okay, I haven't moved it yet. See? Let's see if that moved it all the way. There's all the way. So it's 1, 2, 3. And it's a tenth off just because of alignment. So I found with this thing, you can trust this scale. So again, when you move this thing, it's only moving a thousandth and a half in actuality, or wait a minute. If I got that right, let's see, what have I got here? Let's move it that way. Let's see what that looks like. 1, 2, 3. I might be off on that one. Let's try it again. Okay. That's pretty close to 0. And I'll move it the full 30. Just slightly further away, I think. So that's 1, 2, 3 and a half. So let's try it like this. Get it on 0. There's a little, you know, of course, like anything, you're going to have to approach it from the direction of slack to tight. So let's move it 10 on the dial. Let's see what happens. Moved it about 1/1000th and a half. So that would take 3/1000ths there. Okay. So it looks to me, and that makes this much more usable. I used one of these before, but I didn't, we just tweaked it. We didn't dink with it like I'm thinking of dinking with it, like making a couple finish cuts using it. Okay, that's great. So you could make 2 finish cuts with it 1/1000th and a half depth. We'll try that. That sounds like a fun thing to try. So I'll get back with this stuff, and thanks for looking. And if you're familiar with this this collar, the 10th setting collar, let me know. Okay, bye.